You should be grateful I even date you publicly, she said at her company party. I agreed completely. Then I very publicly started dating her boss's daughter. I'm Jake, a lead mechanic at a specialized automotive restoration shop. We work on vintage cars. 67 Shelby GT 500, 59 Corvettes, high-end classics. I'm damn good at what I do. I'd been dating Victoria for 18 months. She was a senior analyst at a corporate consulting firm. Around 6 months in, she started making comments about how I should get an MBA, be more ambitious. I wasn't good enough for her corporate world. 3 months ago, she invited me to her company's annual party. About an hour in, she came back with her coworkers. One asked what I did for work. I explained vintage car restoration, mentioned the Shelby we were rebuilding. One guy got interested, asked intelligent questions. Then Catherine, Victoria's coworker, said, "Well, that's certainly an interesting career choice," dripping with condescension. Victoria laughed. "Yeah, well, Jake's passionate about what he does. I think it's sweet. He should be grateful I even date him publicly, considering how different our professional worlds are." The group laughed. I stood there, didn't react, just filed it away. That night, I went home and researched Victoria's company. Her boss was Robert Patterson, senior partner with 2 daughters. The younger one, Melissa, 28, worked at a nonprofit and had posted about volunteering at a community garden that Saturday. Saturday morning, I showed up at the garden, started pulling weeds. Melissa came over after 20 minutes. We talked. She mentioned her dad had been restoring a '68 Mustang for 10 years, getting stuck on problems. I offered to help. She gave me her number. Wednesday evening, I spent 3 hours in Robert Patterson's garage, solving problems he'd been stuck on for months. Melissa came home from work, saw us covered in grease, and laughed. Robert insisted I stay for pizza. As I was leaving, Melissa asked, "Would you want to grab coffee sometime?" Not car-related, just coffee. We made plans for Saturday. Sunday afternoon, I showed up at Victoria's place. "I don't think this is working anymore." "What? Why?" "Your company party. When you told your coworkers you were grateful to date me publicly." "Jake, that was just a joke." "I don't think it was. That's how you actually see me." She tried to argue, got emotional. I wished her well and left. Melissa and I started dating. 6 weeks later, she invited me to her dad's company event. Robert specifically wanted me there to introduce me as the guy helping him finish his Mustang. About an hour in, I saw Victoria across the room. Our eyes met. Her face went through 6 emotions in 3 seconds. She came over. "Jake, what are you doing here?" "I'm here with Melissa." Her eyes flicked to Melissa holding my hand. "You're dating Mr. Patterson's daughter?" "That's generally what 'I'm here with Melissa' means." Melissa said, "Do you two know each other?" "We used to date," Victoria said, "until about 2 months ago." I could see Victoria processing. I'd met Melissa while we were still together, moved on fast, and was now dating her boss's daughter. Monday morning, Robert called me, laughing. "Victoria went to HR claiming you were harassing her by showing up at the company event." HR investigated. Victoria claimed I was dating Melissa to get back at her, made stalking accusations. They asked for evidence. She had nothing. Then they asked about the texts she'd sent me after our breakup. Turns out weeks of her messages didn't support a harassment claim. HR closed the complaint as unfounded and noted in her file that she'd made false accusations against an employee's family member's guest. 3 months later, Victoria quit. The situation had made things too awkward. Turns out when someone tells you they're grateful to date you publicly, the best response is finding someone who's genuinely happy to be with you. Subscribe if you think dating the boss's daughter was petty genius. Comment if you think it was just genius.